What's up, YouTube? Boy, Young Linky here, man. Haven't been here in a minute, guys, man. Shoot, and it's been a month. Had been so busy, school and work. But I just want to dare into my heart, man. I just want to talk about this briefly. Donald Trump's inauguration, deception. I really believe, man. Like I said, he's been selected, not elected, and it's the same thing. We all know that presidents are puppets. Okay, presidents are puppets, and they just like one of the forefronts, just backing up the new world order agenda. Now, we all know when President Obama was the president, okay, former President Obama, what he did was, yeah, he made like Affordable Care Act for millions of Americans. He did a lot for the Hispanic community, and he did a lot for the homosexual community. So they can at least have some rights of getting married and just being productive citizens, have some type of respect. And now what it is, it's like I just feel like he failed us, as far as African Americans. I really believe that President Obama could have did so much, man. Just set up a lot of mentor programs. He could at least educated, start some type of education program, man, or stop the violence type crime prevention, man. And the city of Chicago, especially the inner cities of Detroit, St. Louis, man, or LA. I just really felt like, he just wasn't a voice for us. And then he appointed celebrities to speak in our behalf that didn't care about us. And I was kind of really upset about that during his presidency for 8 years. Now, when he ran in 2008, yeah, I was a little young. I was so happy. Like, he's the first African American president or mixed president. And I was like, he gonna be all me down for it. This is before I really got involved into politics. Until I got over into his second term, I voted for him. Then it just really went like, he just didn't really care. I mean, like he started signing the Monsanto Act. I talked about that again. It was FDA approved. Really, this is making this Monsanto was known for putting parasites and like type of chemicals into and making genetic modified organisms in our foods, man, for us to consume. It's connecting to people that have cancer. And it's just like it's crazy, we're going through the police brutality. I'm talking about the black issues right now. Police brutality. Yeah, he said like, yo, they were thugs and everything when they was doing the Baltimore riots. But what he failed to realize, he could have educated us like, man, that was the CBS, Columbia Broadcasting System. That was their plan. They were crisis actors. He didn't really go into detail about that. He was just pretty much threw his people under the bus, man. And then as black people, we got to get better because we perpetuate every single stereotype about us, most of us, man, that we look up to it. And, it's just sad though, and I know he's a man, he can't do everything. And I know he got to get through Congress, okay, because Congress pretty much is in power. They pretty much tell the president what to do. The president is just there. It's just some type of figure that I guess, a worldly figure that people can look up to in America, per se. You know, make America great again with the Donald Trump thing. It's gonna be interesting, man. Me personally, I don't hate Donald Trump. I don't know him like that. I just know him from his business aspects and how his business achievements and during the things he did with the Trump Towers, and how he turned $1 million loan into a multi-billion-dollar industry. Legacy for his family. But only thing is, I just don't like what he appointed in his cabinet. Michael Pence is vice president. Like I said, you do the research on him. Michael Pence was the former governor of Indiana. Okay, the unemployment rate skyrocket, man, to 7.1%. I honestly wanted the Tim Kaine, to be involved in some type of in Congress or something, man. Not instead of Michael Pence. Don't get me wrong. Michael Pence is a believer of Jesus Christ, which is good. It's a good foundation, but his word don't speak for itself, man. It's just real crazy, Then you had Betty DeVos, was Dick DeVos, white Dick DeVos. He was the, I guess, former candidate of the governor, running for governor of Michigan. I think this way back to us. I think he ran against Jennifer Granholm at that time. She's the secretary of the education. And Tim Kaine was asking her like a lot of critical questions about education. Well, this is coming from a woman with no college degree. It's leading the nation of education. It's just really say like, how can you address a situation, have compassion of something that needs to be done that you never step foot in. That's not your core. That's not your data. You didn't pay your dues. And you have Jeff Sessions, who was known for racist, had ties to the Ku Klux Klans. It's like Donald Trump. Like, are you spitting in our faces as black people? Like, we holding you accountable. You're the president of the United States now. you know. And I know you can't do everything. I know at the end of the day, you got at least the Rothschilds and you got the Rockefellers that pretty much technically own every single thing. There is different presidents, just the same owners, but it's starting to get a little revolutionary, man. I really started getting into bottom politics with Bernie Sanders when I watched that vid with him and Killer Mike when he was running. But it's like I don't know what it is, man. I think real talk is it's gonna be crazy, man. But at the end of the day, as black people, we gotta do it for ourselves. It's gonna become a time we might have to create our own economy. Probably gotta go back to the Black Wall Street. I'm not saying we're gonna be enslaved, but I mean a lot of things is gonna change and get rid of the healthcare, get rid of the welfare programs, and we kind of stuck ourselves in that. In 1960, Lyndon B. Johnson said, "I want these niggers to vote for Democrat for the next 200 years." The Democratic Party started all these freaking programs, so we can be submissive to government. We was doing all right. Technically, blacks were actually better off with a Republican president, you know. But at the end of the day, if we don't do for ourselves, our school is not going to change. Nothing's going to change. We got to be changing within ourselves. The police officers, like I said, they got to be quotas, and they were created to protect corporations, not citizens. People with money, people that's moving and striving for it. We got to stop the violence. We got to stop killing people. Black on black crime happens on an alarming rate, and I kind of support the Black Lives Matter movement, but we can't be one-sided. When we see another brother and sister just doing wrong to another brother and sister or another race, we got to correct them. That's the only way you can get respect. We can't just march and just have this passion when our people getting shot and killed by another race of person. So I just want this to occur to an ongoing thing. I feel like Donald Trump is really not fit to be a leader of a nation, to be honest with you. Because I can see it all in his face, when he was, about to eat with his family and during the inauguration. I watched like most of it, not all of it. So, I mean, I don't know, man. What the future gonna hold us. At the end of the day, we still gotta work hard out here. We gotta still go to work, still pay these bills, and we still gonna be under the system, no matter who's the president. But this is why it's so important to go within ourselves. The only thing when I was studying with the occult, if I don't do that anymore because it's very demonic. But I did learn some things, when I was 19, is that everything starts from within. You gotta stop looking outside ourselves. The social media, the drinking, all that stuff. I mean, it's just more. That's all into the matrix, man. We gotta unplug from that. We gotta become sovereign. Beginning, all this was free. It was no tax code or nothing. When the tree bear fruit, we was able to eat it before Adam and Eve began to sin. And I just feel like as black people, man, we gotta educate ourselves. We gotta love one another, man, and be there for our children. I mean, we gotta get rid of the single parent household epidemic, man, that's killing us softly. We gotta like, just I don't know, man, the conservation, you know, during the Bill Clinton administration in the 1990s, man. I mean, a lot of black brothers and sisters was locked up, and that kind of had something to do with why the inner city doesn't have any type of black fathers or black leadership because nobody's stepping up. Black men can't even get a job like that. When you get a felon, you still in the system and you can't get a job. You can't provide for yourself. Now it forces the woman to do everything. And she can't play her role because she got to play both roles. Not only she got to take care of herself, but we got to take care of the kids. And possibly a man, and that's a lot. And this is why you wonder why a lot of black women have a lot of issues and problems. And then sometimes they go outside their race, not because they want to, but because they have to. I mean, a lot of us are getting killed and locked up. We got to step up and be men. We got to understand what's going on politically. I mean, we can sit and complain and wonder like, oh wow, is Donald Trump really gonna solve our problems? Nobody's gonna solve our problems but us. We gotta recognize it. And just be that leaders, man. We just gotta step up as young men, man. We can't fall into this destitution. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we gotta eliminate this. I wanted Donald Trump to really address some of the things of the destitution of the inner city. Stop and frisk. I do not agree with that because they can put too much power into the policing. I have an agenda with that. I'm the agenda that okay, are you going to help us? Are you going to help us? How you going to if you're going to get rid of the Obamacare? How are we going to have affordable health care? You know what I'm saying? I mean, how you going to improve the education status of the inner city communities? Are they going to have more up-to-date technology and books, man? So they can be the best in the future of tomorrow. You know, simple things like that, man. You know, this is my agenda. I'm not thinking about any other race, you know, but I just feel like, you know, the presidents, man, no president at all in history has done anything for us. This is why we have Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. I cannot support a system that destroyed and killed Malcolm X, killed MLK, killed even JFK when he signed the executive order. You know what I'm saying? Let's make our own money so we won't, as Americans, won't be enslaved into the Federal Reserve banks, man. This is all about these elites selling the central banking system, man. This is why they want to go to war. That's why they went to war in Iraq. You know, the 9/11. This is why they want to go to war in what's that? Syria. You know, they just want to send a central banking system and start a one world government, one world thing, man. You know, this is deep, but we have to understand this. What we under, you know, this is a spiritual war that we under against, man. You know, and Donald Trump just, man, he just up under it. You know, facilitating it. Only thing we can do is God bless him and his family. But like I said, in this country, man, we don't know if it's gonna fall. It's gonna be the next Babylon, but it's gonna be a lot of things going away. Then you got a lot of racist people, a lot of people that's just so low and just feeding into their ego with this, man. It's want to, you know, go around try to, you know, attack black people. That's not gonna happen. You're not gonna sick dogs on this. This is a different generation. We just gotta prepare black people, love our people, live our family, be fathers, be mothers, educate your children. You probably have to homeschool them, you know, and we just gotta do it for ourselves. We gotta do it for ourselves, man. You know, because nobody's gonna come here and save us. No Planet Nibiru, none of that. You know, so we just gotta liberate ourselves. Stand firm with the love of Christ, and just hope for the best, man. That's all I gotta say, man. Instead of focusing on our energy, getting mad and who's president, he's not my president, this and that. At the end of the day, this whole system wasn't designed for us. And the Constitution said we're 3/5 a person. Address that, Mr. Trump. I held you accountable, man. It's your boy on Lincoln here, man. You know, government and all this stuff, man. It's really not for the people. It's really for the elites, man. It always has been. That's why, you know, World War I started in 1914 to 1917. That was there for the Luciferian. World War II, man. You know, get involved when they bombed Pearl Harbor, but at the end of the day, you know, it's all about money and profits, man. This is what these elites run after. It's your boy on Link, man. Been the fuck up out here, gonna go to work, but you guys take care. Continue to like, subscribe, and share this video. I'm out. Deuces.